multiplication rule. So this rule says, if you have an operation, and this operation has k steps, if an operation has k steps, and the first step can be performed in n sub 1 ways. The second step can be performed in n sub 2 ways, and so on. So for each step, you have different ways of performing. And the kth step can be performed in n sub k ways. Then the entire operation can be done in n sub 1 times n sub 2 times n sub 3 times n sub k ways. Okay. Know the names, multiplication rule, know the definition. Let's take a look at one example. In this example, we have this following scenario. It says a typical PIN or personal identification number is a sequence of any 4 symbols chosen from the 26 letters in the alphabet and also the 10 digits. How many different pins are possible if repetition is allowed? Very good. So we're going to apply the multiplication rule, am I right? First of all, we know that we need to have 4 symbols to create a pin. So 4 symbols, the very first symbol, the second symbol, the third symbol, and the fourth symbol. First symbol, the second symbol, the third symbol, and finally the fourth symbol. Very good. So how many options, how many ways do we have for the first symbol? Guys, remember that you are allowed to have repetition. So let's see. For the first box, you have 26 letters along with 10 digits. So you're going to have 36 ways, 36 options. What about the second symbol? For the second symbol, since the repetition is allowed, you can use 36 symbols, letters and digits. For the third one, 36 ways. For the last one, 36 ways. So now the multiplication rule says, hey, just multiply this together. 36 times 36 times 36 times 36. If you do the algebra, you have 1,679,616 pins available to be selected. If you change this, repetition is not allowed, or if you impose more conditions, you're going to get different numbers. So I expect you to ask, what if repetition is not allowed? So let us write this scenario here. If repetition is not allowed, what are we going to do in this scenario? Very good. For this scenario, the very first symbol has 36 ways. The second symbol cannot have the exact same symbol that you selected for the first one. So you're going to have 35 options, 35 ways. For the third, you have 34 ways, 34 options. And for the last one, you're going to have 33 options. So if you multiply these together, let's see, you're going to have 1,413 and 720 available pins. As you can see, the number of pins reduced. You have less option than with repetition.